December 18th. Christmas is just a week away and I still have so much Christmas decorating to do. We ended up having to go out of town unexpectedly and we're just kind of getting back and getting ready to finish things up. So I have been doing some decorating without y'all, and today we're gonna get back to it and I'm gonna show you some of the things I've done. But the main thing I wanna do today is decorate my kitchen table. I still have to decorate the dining room table. I know you've all been waiting for that, and I'm so excited to do that too because I keep talking about it. It's the whole inspiration for everything that I'm doing this year for Christmas. But as you can see, I have some things out here that I'm just kind of working on. I'm still using this for staging for things. So we're gonna get to this, but today we're doing the kitchen. I'm gonna show you some of the things I've already done, and we're gonna maybe do a few other things besides the kitchen tablescape. So if you're interested in seeing all that, just stay tuned. We get started on the kitchen, I just want to remind you what we have going on in the dining room. These are the trees that I've decorated for the dining room. My theme is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas on the Mountain." So I'm going to be using these placemats in the dining room, and I've already showed you my "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" bowls that I bought from Williams-Sonoma at the end of Christmas last year after a Christmas sale. So I'm going to be using these bowls for our Christmas Eve gumbo in the dining room. So I want to make sure that everything I do in the kitchen is going to play off of what I'm doing in here and everything that I've decorated so far. So I just wanted to give you a quick reminder, and let's get started on the kitchen. I came downstairs to get everything that I need for the table, but I wanted to show you while I'm down here. First of all, it is a royal mess. I wasn't even sure at this point if I was going to decorate down here, but then I decided I really wanted to for a couple of reasons, because I just had this vision in my head and I want to see it come to life, but I wasn't sure I wanted to go through all the trouble, but I'm doing it anyway. So I put up the Christmas tree over here and I started decorating it yesterday. I'm not done decorating it, and then I put up my garland. I'm playing around with what I want on the mantle. I like these reindeer, and I wanted to bring silver downstairs. I'm not using silver upstairs too much, but I wanted to use it down here for a couple of reasons. One, I have a lot of silver things and I need to have stuff to use down here, but also I just like silver and I like some of these items. I wanted to display them, so that's where we're going with this, and I think it works with the painting that I have. I switched that out yesterday also. It's a mess. Like I said, I'm still decorating the Christmas tree. I'm probably gonna embellish the garland a little bit. I'm not sure if I will. I'm not trying to go overboard at this point. I just want to get something done that we can enjoy and that y'all can enjoy with us. But you can see I've started decorating my Christmas tree. I had no plan for this. I just am winging it. So I'm not sure how it's turning out. It's may not be my favorite, but it's just what I can do right now. So I'm working on that. And then if you remember in my haul video, I bought these Christmas trees from Hobby Lobby this year. I love these Christmas trees. I'm trying to get the lighting where you can see it good. So I love these, and I definitely wanted to have a place to use them. I tried putting them on the mantle, but I felt like they just blended in too much. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to put them on the console over here. And I'm playing around with, do I wanna put it on the pedestal or just let it sit on the console? So I'm still, thinking about things and trying to figure it out. But like I said, right now, I wanna focus on the kitchen. So let's get what we need and head back up there. know what my place settings are gonna be, but I'm still trying to decide on a few things. So I brought up a couple of different table runners. This one I have that matches the tree skirts that I have in the dining room, and they're two-sided. So I could use this side or I could use this side. And these are the placemats that I'm using in the dining room, and I'm going to use the same placemats in the kitchen. I think it'll tie things together nicely. So I could go really with either side, I believe. So I could do this or I could do this side. Not sure yet if I want to go that route. And then I also brought up these table runners. So I have these, they're the red. I just don't know if it would be too much like red on red, and they're not really the same red. So this is kind of brighter probably than I want for what I'm doing. So I'm not sure about this. And then my other option is just not to use a table runner at all. So I usually do use table runners, but I'm thinking this year maybe it'll work better if I don't use any. So I'm gonna play around and we're gonna see. I might try, I don't think I'm gonna try the red ones right now because I'm thinking that's probably not gonna work, but I might try this one and just see what I think about it and then make a decision from there. So I just wanted to show you how these work together. So I think it goes with my tree skirts really nicely, and I think it could pull all of it together. And I don't think it would matter which side that I use. I don't know if you're seeing this very well, but I think either way it will look nice. I just don't know if it's gonna be too much and maybe just I shouldn't use anything at all. Here's a look where you can see everything. I do like that, especially on this side, it has the plaid that pulls in from the plaid ribbons. I think it works with the ribbons I have on the tree and my tree skirt. And then, like I said, I also think the other side works too. So, I don't know. I'm gonna try it and we'll see. I'm just afraid it's gonna be too much.
In December rain, they play my favorite song. I see a snowflake melt on the deck. I'm awful cold and longing for the holiday, counting days until you're here. I've been waiting this whole year. Dear Christmas, Christmas, Christmas night. I know you may stop a light, but together we're alright, you know.
I definitely like this side if I weren't gonna use these placemats. But since I think I'm gonna use these placemats, I don't think it works well. I think it's gonna be too much, and I think it would probably look better if I use nothing at all versus this. So I'm gonna flip one of these and see what I think. So if I did this side, just trying to play with it and see if I think that makes a difference. So let's see, it would look like this, and then I could put the placemats over it. So I definitely think that would work better than having the two plaids on top of each other. So I might try that and put everything together and see if I like it.
Why you so far yet close? I think I hear them call. So baby, let it snow. Deck the house. That's when the snow starts falling. I pick all the presents up for you. Decorate the fireplace for two. I keep waiting all night, all night. Wish upon a starlight, starlight. I sleep under the mistletoe. Wake me up with a kiss on my nose. It feels so magical, yeah, look where we were small. Someone's been here and there.
I definitely like this one better because I think it pulls the colors from things I have in the kitchen. And then you can see, like, depending on the angle you're standing, you can see from there through here. And so I like that it pulls that lighter color in, but by the time I cover it with the placemats and put a centerpiece, it kind of covers a lot of it up. So I'm not sure if it's worth it. So I don't know, I'm gonna still debate this and see, but I do kind of like it. And I just have to decide what I think. When I originally started thinking about this tablescape, I was planning to use this vase and just some greenery as the centerpiece. And I think if I was gonna do that and just keep that really simple, then I think this would work. But the more I think about it, I'm not going to do this as a centerpiece. I have another thing that I wanna do as the centerpiece. And so I think it's gonna work better if I don't use any table runners and just go with the placemats. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm excited to show you what I've got planned for the centerpiece. For the centerpiece, I'm starting with my tray just because I don't want to put the wreath down directly onto the table. And I have this wreath that I thrifted a while back. I definitely need to fluff it, and I need to take this bow off because that's not going to work. But I love how this greenery ties in with everything I have going on, and I definitely wanted to bring some greenery onto this table. So I'm going to end up taking this off. I'm going to fluff this. We're going to put the wreath down again, and then I'll show you what I'm going to put on top of it because I have an idea and I think it's going to be really, really pretty. I started off by cutting the bow off of the wreath, and then I wanted to fluff it really well because I feel like when I put the deer on it, I want it to feel like he's sitting in the grass. So I need to make sure that it's fluffed really well, and because I want the center of it to feel like it's filled out too, and not just the edges of it when it's sitting on the table. I knew I wanted to put a bow on the deer, and I thought about using my red ribbon that I used for the Christmas tree, but I really felt like I wanted to go with the plaid. I thought it would just tie everything together on the table. Since I'm using plaid ribbon on all of the other deer that I have throughout my decor, I thought it would make sense to use the same ribbon here and pull that theme throughout. So I'm really going all in on the plaid on this table, and I'm really excited to see how it all ends up coming together. Found this deer. It was a set of 3. I'll show you the other 2 later, but I got it at our local chapel where every year they do the little thrift store with Christmas items, and it's all for charity. And so I went this year, and this is one of the things I found. I loved the scale of it. I had been looking for something like this with this type of scale, and I thought it would really make a statement on the table, and I feel like it's going to go with everything else. I also have been using lots of deer throughout my upstairs, and so I was thinking that this would just pull the deer that I have on my console table to the ones I have right behind me over here on my bar for the kitchen and then just pull it around into here. And I just feel like it's gonna give it that cohesive look. And what says wood's better than deer? One of the things I love about where we're living now is we get to see deer all the time. They come through the backyard, they come through the front yard. Christmas, you know, we just think of deer all the time at Christmas. So I thought this was perfect. I'm not sure if I'm gonna embellish any more on the wreath or not. I may. I think I wanna put my place settings down and then I'll decide if I wanna add anything to this or just leave it rather plain like this. And the bow, I may change the size. I'm trying to decide if I think the bow's too big, but I can always cut it down if I do. So for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish setting the table, and I'm excited to see how it comes out. I really like what I picked out for the place settings. I think it's very different from what I normally do at Christmas, and I think it's gonna go perfectly with our theme. So I hope you're gonna love it as much as I do. The chargers, I'm using these platters that I got from Target a few years ago. I've used them several times before in here at Christmas, and I just love them. I love using them as chargers. That's why I bought them to begin with. I could always use them as a platter if I was entertaining or something, but I just think they are gorgeous. I love the detail. I love that they bring in the creamy white color and kind of soften up everything that I have going on the table. And now we're gonna see it all come together. I'm so excited. Here's a look at the place settings. So I wanted to use the brown because I feel like it grounds everything. And then I had to use my plaid plates. I haven't used these. I've had them for several years. I picked these up at the Pottery Barn outlet. I believe they were Williams-Sonoma plates, but they were either Pottery Barn or Williams-Sonoma. So I've had them for a few years. I got a really good deal on them. The placemats are from Pier 1, but I got them at a consignment shop. The brown plates are also thrifted. So this is what it looks like. And now I just have the napkins left to do, and I think I'll be done. This is a tablescape so far, so the only thing I need to figure out is if I want to do something in here and maybe like add some ornaments or something like that. But for now, I am happy with it. I think it's good. I'm not going to add silverware because I think it looks good like this. So for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. And y'all know, so here's Lacey. Lacey came, she's been nosing around. She knows I'm up to something. And y'all know Lacey, she will get these napkins. So I'm gonna end up having to move these, but I really like it the way it looks with the napkins. I decided for this table to go all in with the plaid on plaid, and I really like how it turned out. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but the more I step away from it and look at it, I like it. And right now, I don't know if you can see, I'm just trying to come over. Like if you can see from a distance how it just kind of pulls everything, and I like that it brings the red over here. And like I said, I love that I found this deer. I think he's perfect for the table, and I like that, you know, he kind of pulls the theme with all my deer. And I went ahead and put a plaid bow on him because I put plaid bows on all of my other deer. So I figured that would be a way to tie all of my deer together. So that's what I've done, and so far I like it. I actually have a couple more things to do in here, at least one more thing to do in here before we're done, but we need to eat lunch. So I'm gonna take a break to eat lunch, and we're gonna come back and do that one last thing. There's one more thing I wanna do before we call it wraps on this table, and I bought this sign at Hobby Lobby, and I think it's so cute. I'm loving the idea this year of kind of having that vintage feel of, you know, like a small town and the little vignettes that you might see in a small town. So that's kind of how I've done all of my vignettes this year. And I think this goes perfectly with what I've done in the kitchen and with my table. I think it looks really good. And it's like this whole old time, small town thing with the little coffee shop. I can just imagine like we are in a little small town with the coffee shop right there, and we come and enjoy our coffee at the table. So we're gonna hang this right here. Whitney's gonna hang it for me.
All year long I've been keeping track of when I've been organized. And from what I can tell, I've done more good deeds than I've told lies. I can only hope that Santa Claus and my records agree. Then maybe this year Santa's coming home to me. I have found the perfect tree and dressed it to the nines. I've even made little gingerbread Santas. There's nothing left to chance. This year, Santa's coming home to me. There's a rumor spreading all over.
Hey guys, it's a couple days later. I've been editing the video. I've done a little bit more on the Tablescape, so I'm gonna show you that in a minute. I'm hanging out with the girls this morning, and I just wanted to show you a few things that I've changed up since my last videos where we decorated in this area of the house, because I've done a few things. So I wanted to show you that. First of all, behind me, I've put this garland and bows on the railings for the stairs. But one of the main things that I've done is on my, I'm trying to step over the girls here. One of the main things I've done is on the hearth, I've changed what I had there. And I ended up taking these vases that were from my dining room and I put them here. And I really like how they look on the hearth. Just put a little bit of greenery in it. I probably should embellish it with some berries or something, but Haven't done that yet. I'm kind of running out of berries. And then here's another look. I put some plaid bows here. And then this is a pillow that I picked up at the same little thrift store in the neighborhood that the chapel does. And I thought that would go perfectly with everything I had going on there. I like that it's tapestry and it goes with the stocking, the tapestry on it. So this is what I have so far. And then I think I've landed on this as being one of my favorite screensavers for the TV for everything that I have going on. I love that it has the plaid and the gold bells. I feel like it's the perfect picture for everything that I've got going on for my decorations. And then here's a look at my garlands. I also picked up these garlands at that same little thrift store. And I think I got these for, they were either $3 or $4 each. I have two more that I got that I put outside on the front porch. And so one set was like $4 each and the other set was $3 each. So I just put a bow on each of those to match the red bows that were on our Christmas tree. I did end up going to Walmart and buying some more of this ribbon because I was out of it. And I also knew I wanted to use it downstairs. Lily, no, you're getting into mommy stuff. So this is what they've been doing. I don't even try to fix this one anymore. I just stick it back in the tree because they keep going after it. So I will fluff it up at some point, but for now I'm just leaving it. Girls, what are y'all up to? Huh? Okay, so I've done something else over here. I'll go ahead and show you. Some of y'all had suggested, when I said this was falling flat, when I put the moss in it, y'all suggested putting greenery. And somebody suggested putting some ribbon underneath the baby Jesus. So I ended up having this the green velvet ribbon. So I added some greenery and pine cones and I really like it. And somebody suggested putting fairy lights and I think that's a great idea, like underneath the moss. And while I think that's a great idea, I just have not had the energy to do that. So I've been working on other things. And then these are the other two reindeer that go with the one that I just put on the kitchen table. I think they're so cute. And I went ahead and put the plaid ribbons on them too, to just tie everything together. And then for my console, I did end up going back to Hobby Lobby and getting another one of these bows because I just love these. I think they really make this console table. I think that's about everything that I've done since I saw you last. Everything that I've added. Oh, actually, there is one other thing. I'm trying something with the puck lights in the cabinet. So I'll show you that. But here's the table again. I ended up having to take the napkins and I'm setting them right here because like I said, Lacey gets to the napkins and I can't have that. I wanted the centerpiece to tie into everything that's going on over here. And then also these reindeer and this little vignette that I have over here. And then also the one with the sleigh back there. So I ended up going ahead and adding some embellishments. I added the jingle bells because I have those on two of my vignettes. And then I went ahead and added some of these gold picks and the berry picks throughout. And I love that it looks like he's just lounging around in the grass. And then I didn't have any more large jingle bells to put back here, but I did have the small ones. So I just put some of the small ones. I didn't put ribbon on any of those. I may come back and put some ribbon on these two, but I'm not gonna put it on the small ones. You can see I have small ones in there. But I think once I embellished it, I think it just looks really, really good. And here's a look at this one where I have the jingle bells. So see how I have the ribbons here. So I might go back on those other jingle bells and put some of that smaller ribbon on it. But I really like how all of that just works together and kind of plays off of each other. The girls wanted to go outside, so I thought I could just come out here and show you what I've got on the porch. We're not allowed to do too much on our front porches in our neighborhood, so I didn't go overboard and I didn't have a lot of time or energy to put into this either. So I just used my wreaths. I haven't embellished them at all. I should probably put something red in them, a bow or some of those berries or something another that's red. I think they would look better if I did and just kind of tie into everything else. But these are the wreaths that I had bought at Hobby Lobby. I love the wreaths. I think they look so pretty. They're a little bit smaller than I thought, like on the doors. I think from a distance they feel kind of small, but they're still good. I like the wreaths. And then I ended up putting this greenery on my lanterns. And the bows, it came with the bows. So even though it's not the same ribbon I'm using inside, it's red with the gold, so I thought it would work. And I ended up getting 2 of those. And like I said, these were also from that little thrift sale. So I'm not sure if these were the ones that were $4 a piece. I think they were, because they're a little bit more elaborate than the other ones inside. And then on the bench, I just added this blanket and some pillows that I've had for a while. And that was, I just kind of called it a day on that one. And then I ended up using the mat that I had from last year. Just put my brown mat down, and then my little Christmas mat from last year. I like that it's very woodsy, which is the whole theme that I'm going for with the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas on the Mountain, so I thought it worked perfectly. So I'll turn the camera around and show you a good look at everything. So here's what it looks like from a distance. I like how the red catches your eye from the street and the yard. And then as you get closer, you can see more of the greens that tie in. And I do really like this greenery that I found for these lanterns. So I just think it's really beautiful. And I love that it ties in with everything that I'm doing inside. Here's a look at this one. So I just hung it on here. I just used the hooks of the lantern to actually get it to stay on there. It's not secured down at all. And then here's just a look at the pillows on the bench. These were from Target Dollar Spot a few years ago. And then I'm not sure where I got these. I think these might have been from Target a few years ago. And then here's the wreaths that I picked up this year. So like I said, I didn't put lights or any embellishments on it. I just needed to get these hung. So that's what it is. So Lacey has been getting down in this little area in here. We have it blocked off so she can't go under the house, but I don't know what it is about it, but she has been obsessed with going down there lately. Lacey, what are you getting into? Lacey? What are you doing? What are you doing? I still need to finish decorating downstairs. I need to do my dining room tablescape, which I'm really excited about. That's like everything I've been working towards this whole time. And I think that's about it. Once I'm done with those things, I'm calling it quits. I then want to do a house tour where I just show you everything put together. And I just want to say thank you for joining me as I go along with this year with my Christmas decorating. It has been so much fun having you come along with me for all of it. So I really appreciate you being here for that. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
But of course it's not true. They say Santa ain't coming around. Trust me, I'm waiting.